morning, mga moms, mga sir. Right, earlier I already started recording, but it seems like I recorded faces of children. But let me try again. So here, let me just show you this clip. Right. Look at that, look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Alright, so again. There. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. There. Alright, well, this is a capture of a video. I've taken this video inside Robinsons Galleria South here in San Pedro, Laguna. So this is a little toy kiosk, or a kiosk at the ground floor. Not sure if they call it the north wing. So this is the entrance at its northern part, right? And at the back of this area here, right, there is a playset for Jago pieces. Jago is like Lego. It's an imitation of Lego, right? So you can go ahead and play and construct anything in their playset at the back here, right? So yeah, you may wanna visit that. Well, why am I showing you this? Well, because it's actually our first time to have a mall here in San Pedro, Laguna. It's the Robinsons Galleria South. Yep. And this is their webpage in the JG Summit Holdings website. Who owns them? Who owns Robinsons? And I think who owns Cebu Pacific. All right. Back then, if you're from here, San Pedro, Laguna, Pasita Complex, Landayan, Langgam, Laram, places here in San Pedro. So if you're from here, it's either you go south, go to Binyan, you will have the Olivares Mall. Well, they're already closed, but in front of it there is the Ganda Mall, somehow that replaces it, and then you will have Pavilion Mall, even going south, and then even going further will be Santa Rosa, Robinson Santa Rosa, and then SM Santa Rosa, and yeah, all the way to Talamba, right? You still have another SM there, and going north, the first mall that you'll have in Muntinlupa in Alabang will be the Festival Mall. So if you're from around this area, San Pedro, Laguna, so that's how you're gonna be taking, or that's how it's gonna be for you to get into a mall. But now we have the Galleria South, the Robinsons Galleria South, and thanks to Robinsons in in trying to invest or to venture here in our city. Finally, we have our own mall, right? And most likely in the next few years we will have SM. But yeah, for now we have Robinsons, and it's quite big outside. But I don't know. When you get inside, well, even though you have this big-looking open area here, most likely where Alden and Maha Salvador have performed, these people from upstairs looking down. Yeah, even though you have this big area or big-looking area, it still feels as if the mall is quite quite narrow in their passageways. Still feel as if it's quite small. It's 4-story mall, right? And it's our first time being there, right? It's August 10th today, and the mall had been open since July 19th, where Maha, Alden, and I think is that Darren Espanto. So Darren, so there, they are the celebrities who greeted the guest in the opening week of the mall, right? Opens July 19th. So Well, basically, I'm not here to talk about the Galleria South. I may be promoting it because it's our first mall, but what I'm trying to comment right now would be the changes that have been made in the area. So here is a capture of Google Maps. Here is Galleria South. At this point, at this moment, when this photo has been captured, had been captured rather, the the mall is still being constructed. You still see this uh, rods here going up for the foundation or for the poles of the building, right? In front of it, you will have this Imperial Appliance Plaza. You have this um, area here. It also has several different businesses here. It's no longer showing at this moment. Gisela Pensionaire Finance Corp. I think this is still here, right? Central Barbecue. So I think these two are still here. They are still standing, but somehow this building here, this area here, um, they are reconstructing it. They're changing it. Before you have several businesses here, but now due to the reconstruction, as they say, it's no longer going to be a business center. It's going to be an apartment complex, most likely to house the employees of the mall, right? To attract employees of the mall to live in this place, right? Or maybe anybody who just want to live in front of the mall, all right, or to live in our area. But one distinct location would be, or portion of this map is Imperial Plaza. So Imperial Plaza is still here, right? It's still operational, right? Um, what I can say is that before, one of my my first job is a merchandiser, right? My second one is in appliance center in Big R Santa Rosa. So that is in Robinsons Santa Rosa. So I worked there for quite some time, and during that time, the only way for you to purchase an appliance for let's say 10,000, 20,000, or whatever appliance you have to pay it in cash. Um, you have to have the money to pay it in cash, or yeah, credit cards are acceptable, but if you want to pay it in terms, monthly terms, in a year, like you have a monthly payment for a specific or to have a down payment for it, and you don't want to pay it in full right away, you just pay for interest or what. The only way you can do that is through credit cards or through banks that will allow you to do it. So that's how it is before. That's why there are several people who doesn't have a chance to get a hold of big appliances like refrigerators, yeah, top loading or side loading washing machines, right? But now it's easier because we got home credit, right? We have Eon, we have Flexi Plan, I think. That's the name of the loan agency. So we have these agencies who help us out in making a purchase for big appliances. Well, not just big appliances, furnitures, or anything under the sun, right? Anything that you can go ahead and buy, they'll be able to help you. What you need is just one ID, right? Or one or two IDs, I think. And after they run you through their system, you're good to go. You'll be able to purchase even a smartphone for 5,000, 10,000 pesos or what, and pay it for 6 months, one year, depending on what you agreed upon, and you don't have to pay it in cash. There are times that you don't have to even pay any down payment for it. So that's how it is right now. So compared to how it was before, so it's harder for you to have or to get an appliance if you don't have the money to pay for it in cash upfront. That's why places like Imperial Plaza and I forgot the other names of the other companies who've done that. They allow you to have loans for this kinds of appliances or for furnitures. Um, we were able to purchase our first refrigerator as a family. My wife and my son. We were able to purchase our first refrigerator through Imperial Appliance Plaza. So that's 26,000 pesos, and we pay it in a year for around I think 1,800 or 1,000. I already forgot. It's been quite some time. So that is our first refrigerator. That's our first big appliance that we have purchased, and it wouldn't be possible if Imperial Appliance is not present, because during that time Home Credit Eon does not have a very steep competition. So when you purchase a refrigerator or a big appliance through Home Credit or Eon, they will ask you for a big down payment, and at times they will also have a higher monthly payable compared to Imperial Plaza. Okay, lost it. There, still there. So compared to Imperial Plaza, during that time, they were able to give us a much better amount to pay on a monthly basis and a very low down payment. So we took that their promo or their offer, and that's why we were able to purchase from them. Now, the thing with Home Credit, Eon, and other loan agencies like FlexiPlan, and I think there are others even more, is that since they are growing in numbers, so their competition is becomes even more steeper for them. So they are having even harder. They're having a harder time getting their own clients. That is why they are giving now a much better deal, right? So Home Credit, let me just use Home Credit here. So Home Credit, so we have Home Credit's home page. While when if we go to Imperial, I don't see any home page for Imperial here. They have a Facebook page here for San Pedro Laguna, but when I open this, there is I think this was just created by one of their employees. There are photo of families inside of it. Okay, I'm not sure if that's it is, or yeah, if that's an official one, but yeah. But yeah, going back, so Home Credit, um, yeah, there are. It's easy for you to see get as low as zero interest on your device, right? 50,000 cash, or even you have cash loans, right? So somehow loaning an appliance, loaning a big name brand for your phone, for your gadget, laptop, or furniture is now easier, since you have one of the loan agency like Home Credit to make it possible, compared as to how it was before when we just have Imperial, right? The thing with this area here, right? So we have Robinsons Galleria South. Definitely, Robinsons will have its own furniture center, own appliance center, and most likely, like any other malls like SM and Festival Mall. I'm not sure if Robinsons, other Robinsons had already done that, because I haven't been to a lot of Robinsons mall lately, that Home Credit and Eon or any other loan agencies were allowed to um, yes, to do business there. So they partnered with, because yeah, in SM Mall of Asia, when I was still working in Pasay or in that area, I see Home Credits, and I see a lot of people, or a lot of merchandisers from different, because I'm walking at the cyber center of the of the mall. So there are a lot of merchandisers for different cell phone companies there, Oppo, Vivo, and they are offering you home credit option for their phones, and they say they are on zero interest, just like what it says here, right? Zero interest, right? Are you satisfied? Okay, maybe later. There's none. Okay, later. Right. Yeah. So there. It's easy for us to get credit, or it's easy for us to take home big appliances right now, because zero interest from these kinds of loan agency is now possible, and they have a very low monthly plans also. Um, the thing is, we still see Imperial here, and they still offer the same thing as what they are still offering us back then. I'm not quite sure if they had improved um, their offer, because definitely once the appliance center in the mall, the furniture center in the mall, had partnered, or if we already see Home Credit and other loan agency to be inside this mall and be able to do their business, well, slowly the Imperial Appliance Plaza will slowly have a low number of people coming in, right? Because instead of you going into a very small place with most likely a limited number of items to find, right? For your washing machines, refrigerator, TVs, smartphones, laptop. You might want to go inside the mall instead, where not only you can find all of these, but see, you have Jollibee, Starbucks, and you have Samgyup here, right? You also have a supermarket, so you have almost everything here, right? Um, in this place, because this is a mall, right? For crying out loud. Okay, you also have a cinema inside this mall. So why would you go out, right, in a small shop that offers the same thing inside of this mall, right? The sad part is that Imperial does not have, aside from the deal that they have, I don't think it's no longer that competitive with Home Credit. Okay, they may not be able to withstand what Home Credit is now offering to as low as zero interest, right? They could have a hard time, um, um, yeah, competing with that to have also a zero interest rating there. Um, and at the same time, for Home Credit, if you are a first time, if it's your first time to loan or to purchase using a Home Credit loan, it's now easier for you to do it. Again, you just need, I think you just need two IDs, and you don't need any other person or like a co-borrower for you to do it, right? And in just 5 to 10 minutes, they're just gonna run through their system, and yeah, you're good to go. And at zero interest and at zero down payment, you could already take home whatever it is that you are buying. So that's how easy, that's how simple it is. With Imperial, during that time, because it's my first and only time that I purchased there, right? When I went there, or when we went there, they asked me for, yeah, for my payslip. They asked me for my ID, right? So they took these documents from me, and then I still have to wait several days because a credit investigator still has to look for my place, right, and check me out if I'm actually living in that address that I have put in, or I have declared. And at the same time, they also want to see the area where I'm living in. So not only that, you have to provide several documents, and at the same time you still have to wait because there will be an actual credit investigation to be done to you in order for you to get approved for your loan. All right. Compared to how it was, or how it is right now with home credit, that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 5 to 10 minutes you have your loan approved, right? So that's kind of sad for Imperial if they still have that kind of system, or if they still have that kind of way of dealing business or providing their promos. So most likely they won't be able to match up the zero interest and the speed of you being able to get approved for the loan. Yeah, another issue for them. And I think the last issue would be is that the payment, the way that you can go ahead and pay for your loan. For home credit, you have several ways to pay for your loan. I have PayMaya, and in my PayMaya, even though I didn't pay using my PayMaya, in my PayMaya, if you go to the area, to the section where you can go ahead pay your bills, there home credit is available there. Home credit is also available in Watson's or in any SM bills payment. LBC, I think, also accepts home credit payments, right? So there's a lot of way for you to pay it, to pay home credit. So banks, I think, is accepting home credit payments. So online banks, and it's not specifically home credit office that you have to pay compared to Imperial Appliance, that when I have to pay, I have to be physically there to pay, and I have to be in a line. And one other sad thing about that is that the cashier at Imperial, well, I'm not sure if it's just me, right? Sometimes she shows attitude. I'm sorry. There are times that she shows attitude. Yeah, you have to wait in line for that, and when you get to pay, so you are already paying, you are giving your money, but the person who's accepting it, I'm not sure. She may not be that happy. Anyway, something that you can avoid with home credit, because yeah, you don't need to get in a line, right? You can go ahead and pay it online, right? Using PayMaya, using I think coins.ph, even Gcash most likely also accepts home credit payments, I think, since they are a direct competitor of PayMaya, right? And any other, if you have I think BPI, BDOs, this banks, they have bills payment there for their own, if you have an online account with them. So those are something that you can go ahead and avoid. But with Imperial, if they still accept payment in their office or in their location, that's the only way to pay for it. So yeah, they're just limiting themselves, right? So you're already having hard time, or most likely Imperial will have a hard time competing with the zero interest that home credit offers here, right? The fact that the way that you get approved for your loan is gonna be something that Imperial has to work on with their system. And another thing is the way that you create payment will be another, and at the same time your location. Okay, really, it's, I don't know. It could really go from bad to worse for Imperial from this day forward, right? They may still get clients from before. Well, just like me, I still keep getting text messages from their agent, all right, from one of their sales agent, and yeah, he's still offering me 0% down payment, 0% zero monthly, but when you try to compute it, it's still somehow not competitive as to what home credit is offering. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of, well, kind of happy that yeah, we will now have a mall, and since the mall will have more stores to come in it, right? Definitely there will be more jobs to be generated in our area, right? And yeah, for people like me who's not gonna be working here, or who may be or may work here in the future, well, for us just visiting, we have a place now to go to rather than going south or going north, right? But for businesses like Imperial, right? Yeah, they need to up their game. They need to make improvements or make changes in their business model or in their business plan in order for them to compete, right? That's most likely just what I can say with businesses like this. So I think I've been talking here for a while. It's been a long conversation, long introduction, and long long words that I've been using. And this is my second recording since the previous one. Somehow I managed to open the Facebook page of Imperial Appliance for San Pedro, and yeah, photos of kids are showing there. So yeah, I think I need to cut this off. Well, thank you for sticking around and yeah, listening. Again, with that, enjoy.